So hello, yes, very good afternoon, participants. This is Nadeem, your mentor for the day. I hope you all are doing good. So can anyone just from the participants from the attendance list, can anyone just let me know that my screen is visible to you and I'm clearly audible to you guys? So you can use the Q&A or the chat box to quickly post your responses. Yes, I'm getting few responses from Abdul Basit, Sharanya, and Tanuja. Very good afternoon, everyone. Can you guys just give me a quick response, quick confirmation that I'm clearly audible to you and my screen is clearly visible to you as well? Thank you. Thank you, Likita. Yeah, thank you, Chandramouli. Yeah, okay, thanks. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your quick responses. So we'll do wait for a couple of minutes and after that, we'll do get start with our today's session. Okay, so in this today's session, we're going to discuss about the list of projects and what the projects will be and what are the things, what are the topics we're going to cover into our this list of projects. Okay, so I'm just waiting for others to quickly join. Once others join, we'll get started. Okay, so I'll be just waiting for 5 minutes around, and after that we'll do get started. Okay. In the meanwhile, if anyone do have any kind of query or anything to discuss on, just go ahead and put it in a Q&A or in a chat box. So yes, participants, this is the list of projects which we're gonna discuss today. Okay, so you guys must be having any one of the project among the list of these projects. Okay, so I'll do get start with the very first project, which is supply leftover food to pools. Okay, so you'll be finding this project into your smart internet platform. Okay, so I'm just opening it and letting you know how it will look like when you do open this project from your end. Okay, so this is in perspective for the student. So this is how your UI will be looking like, and here your project is. Okay, just go to this. If you want, you can just maximize this. So I do have maximize it now. Okay, I guess some people have any kind of query. Your voice is not audible, sir. Is it audible now, Anvita? How many modules do we have to complete for this week, sir? So Kaushik, try to complete as much as possible modules. Okay, so it's not like you need to complete this many modules or that many things as minimum. So you need to complete each and everything within the time limit. So what is the time limit? Base, before that time limit, you need to go ahead and you need to complete your modules and then assign projects. Okay. Yeah. So before moving ahead, can I get a little confirmation? Are we good to go ahead with our project implementation? Like I'll do explain the project. So are we good with the project explanation? Yeah. Thank you, Kaushik. So during my explanation, if anyone do finds any query or anything, they are free to post their queries in the Q&A box. Okay. So in this chat, so Bhagyashri, try to check your audio setup. Okay. So I don't think I'm not audible to everyone. I guess I'm not audible to just you. Okay. How to complete the module, sir? So Yogesh, it's simple. All you need to do is like go through the module, and at the last you'll be having the challenge, and you need to complete the challenge. Okay. And once you do complete the challenge, you do verify the challenge, the task which you have done in the challenge. Okay. So that's how you're going to complete the module. Okay. Yeah. Again, someone raised their hand. Yeah, so I do feel like we are good to go ahead with our project explanation. If not, you guys can put your queries in the Q&A. If yes, give me a thumbs up or give me number 0. Which account should we use? Yogesh, you can use the trailered account. Uh, so you'll be using the one which you have created with your registered email ID. Okay, so do not get worried, participants. I'll do give you like around 15 to 20 minutes before wrapping our session for Q&A discussion. Okay, so I guess we should be moving ahead with our project explanation today. Okay, yeah. So those who guys who do have any kind of query or anything, be ready with your queries. We'll do discuss about your queries and your doubts before wrapping up the session. So let me just get started with our project explanation here then. Yeah. So our very first project is to supply leftover food to pool. Okay. So in this projects, what happens is like, yeah. So in this project, what happens is like, this project is basically designed to give the leftover food in the hotels or in the restaurants or in your household, wherever. So whatever the leftover food there will be, that should be purchased or that will be supplied to the pool levels. Okay. So for that kind of to achieve that kind of thing, we do have created this project, and this project comes under a no profit industry. Okay, so using this project, implementing this project, there will be no use, like no profit making from this project. Okay, yeah. before starting with any of the project or any of the implementation in the Salesforce org, first we should have a Salesforce org with us. So the very first module or very first we can say this module, the very first module do have a thing like creating our Salesforce developer account. It's a free developer account. Okay, so how we are going to create it, it is mentioned in the activity one, creating developer account. So you need to follow this link. Once you do open this link, click on this link, it will do open a page like this. Okay, you need to go ahead and you need to follow the steps which are mentioned in this activity one, creating developer account. Like go to this URL on the sign up form, enter the following details. Like you need to enter the following details like your first name, last name, email, role, company, country, postal code, and so on. So whatever the things have been mentioned, you need to go ahead along with those things, right? So if I do open this form now, there might be few changes. Let's see what might be the changes here. So there's first name, there's last name, there's job title, work email ID, company, and country. Okay, so was similar email, role, company. There's no company and postal code and username. Okay, so previously there was something like that, but now there's country, but there's no postal code and there's no username. Okay, so you need to give your first name, last name, job title, email ID, your company, and the country you do live. After that, just agree with this. Click on I am not a bot. Click on sign me up. This will do go ahead and create a new free Salesforce Developer Edition org for you. Okay, and once you do go ahead and do this thing, does your account created right away? No, you should be getting a verification email. For that, you need to follow the activity 2. Okay, so in the activity 2, this activity 2 is regarding account activation. How you are going to activate your newly created Salesforce Developer Edition org. Okay, for that, what you're going to do, you're going to open the email which you do have provided in the activity 1. And if you do check, you will be receiving a verification email for your Salesforce account. And you need to follow these steps. You need to click on verify account button and you need to enter a new password and security question. So why security questions here? So if you do forget your password, then how you're going to recover your account using the security question. So whatever the security question you do provided there, you need to you should be remembering the answer. And once you do forget your password, you can utilize those things like your security question and the answer to reset your password. Okay, and once you successfully reset your password, like change your password, you will be redirected to this page. So this is, so let me just, yeah. I hope it's clear now. So this is you will be redirected to this page, and I hope everyone do knows about this page. So this is the setup page for our Salesforce org. Okay. Next, the very first thing, if we are working with any project, the very first thing is like we'll be going ahead and we'll be creating some objects in order to store few data into that. Okay. So how we are, these are the steps which we need to follow in order to go ahead and create a new custom object. Okay, so sometimes what happens is like there shouldn't be any need to create any new custom object. Instead of creating new custom object, we'll be utilizing the existing object like standard objects like account, contact, opportunities, leads, cases, and so on. So it's depend upon the project, which project you are involved with. So if your project do involves with creating a custom object, you'll be following these steps. Like, so this is the steps to create a custom object with the name venue. In the same way, you'll be creating drop off point, a custom object with the name drop off point. Okay. In the same way, you'll be creating task object, a volunteer object, a execution details object. Okay, so here how many objects you do have created? You do have created 5 custom objects with different names. Okay, once you are done with these objects, Once you are done with this custom objects, then what you're going to do is like you're going to go ahead and create a tabs for the respective objects. Okay, so tabs are nothing but the UI element which do helps the end user to navigate from one object to another object at the UI, not in the backend. Okay, so these are the steps to go ahead and create a new tab, and you should be following the same steps to creating tabs for the respective objects. So yes, for all the 5 custom objects which we have created in the previous activity, previous module, we need to go ahead and create 5 respective custom tabs for that. Okay, can you share this file, Pritam? So participants, please, I'll do answer your queries once I'm done with the explanation of all the projects. Okay, so there's a little time to go ahead and explain all the 10 projects at a time. So I want you guys to be hold your patience with you. Do post your queries once I'm done with the project explanation. Okay, so this is not just one project I need to explain. I need to explain the rest of the all the projects, so it will be easy for you guys. So whatever the projects you do get assigned with or you do get enrolled with, you should be able to complete it. Okay, so please, I request everyone to stop posting their queries for now. Okay, I'll do give some time before wrapping up the session. Okay, so in this activity one, there are few steps mentioned, which will be helping you to go ahead and create a custom tab for the venue object. You can see select the object venue. So if you are selecting an object, it means you're creating a respective tab for that object. Okay, next we do have something like lightning app. So what is an lightning app here? So lightning app is nothing but an application which we do go ahead and create in our Salesforce, a tool. So lightning app is a tool which will be helping us to go ahead and create a lightning applications in the salesforce salesforce environment. Okay, so here there are few steps mentioned like how we are going to go ahead and create a new lightning application in the uh, lightning UI in the Salesforce environment. Okay, so here you can see the name of the application is Food Connect. Developer name will be automatically populated, and image, if you want to give some image, you can give. And after that, if these applications navigation, navigation style, how it should be standard or it should be consolidated. You should be checking with that. So better to go with standard, as every objects tab, every lighting app will be a standard application in the Salesforce org. If you want to go with the console one, then it will do gets with the services. Okay, service applications. Next, utility items. So whatever the utility items and the navigation items are nothing but uh, the quick accessible objects which do store some data. So these are the items and utility items which we can say. Okay, so make sure if you are going to add some utility items, you should be adding it. So here we are not adding any utility item, but we are going to add some navigation items. So navigation items are nothing but the objects which we do have created. So we are not going to directly put the objects into the Salesforce UI in the lightning application, but instead of that, what we'll do is like we'll do go ahead and we'll do add the tabs into this into this UI. Okay, into the navigation bar. Okay, so uh, that's where we do call it the tabs as a navigation item. Okay, so what are the navigation items we are going to utilize? So this home. So this is the standard navigation item, and you'll be able to find it once you do reach this point. After that, there are objects like venues, tasks, drop-off points, execution details, volunteer. So these are the custom objects. These are the 5 custom objects which you do have created in your very first activity, object creation. Okay. Then there are reports and dashboards. So you guys must be aware of what is a report and what is a dashboard. So there's a tab which we can add for every particular individual application to the Salesforce org. So if your application do have something like that, do need to show some reports, some create some reports, show some dashboards, you're going to add those navigation item into this application. Once your application is ready, you should be assigning like this application should be available for which of the users in the Salesforce org. So you should be enabling this application availability to the user's profile. So here you will be checking with the system administrator, and after that you are saving it. So once you do save, it will do go ahead and create a lightning application. So what we have created till now, we do have created a Lightning application. In the application, we do have created the navigation items, which are nothing but the tabs. Okay. We also have created the backend thing like objects, which do store some data and which are used to get some data and show it into the UI. Okay. So now, so now if I need to put some data into my custom object, so what we do required? So what an object do consist of? So object do consist of fields and records. So here I won't be able to create any record until and unless I will be having proper fields to it. Okay, proper fields in the sense if I do have any particular thing like let's say for example here volunteer. So if I'm acting as a volunteer to any of the event, so I should be having proper details of the volunteer, right? So what will be the proper details like name of the volunteer, phone number, email address. So these are nothing but the details of the volunteer which we do have. Okay, we'll be gathering those volunteer details by creating a fields. So next activity we do have like creating fields. So here we do go ahead and we do create some fields. Okay, and before that you must be aware of some relationships into the Salesforce, right? So everyone do know about the relationship in the Salesforce, as we do have studied that thing into our live sessions. Okay, Gopi Krishna, Vamshi. So participants, as I have told, I'll be answering all your queries. Do not post it right away in the during the session, during the explanation. And I can see there are 3 to 4 people who have raised their hands, like Pravalika, Percy, and Jnana Prasad. So I request these people and other peoples as well to wait calmly for couple of hours. Before wrapping our session, I'll be answering all the queries which you do have posted. Even if I do forget, you can repost it again in a Q&A. So I'll be answering that. Okay, so I request everyone to lower their hands, and if you guys do have any query, do post it before wrapping up the session, please. Yeah. So we'll be moving with our next activity, which is fields. Fields are nothing but which will be used or created to store the data of a specific type. Okay, so we can say something like if I want to store details of a volunteer, we do require its name, phone number, address, email ID, Aadhaar card number, PAN card number, and there will be a lot of list of things by which we can identify one particular individual. So in order to achieve those things, those data, what we will be doing, we'll be creating fields commonly for every record. Okay, and we'll be using these fields for continuously for our particular object. Okay, along with that we'll be having different types of fields like string, number, integer, boolean, right? So along with that we do have special types of field as well, which are relationship fields. So relationship fields are nothing but one object can be related with another object in many ways, like one to many, or many to one. Okay, or one to one as well. So these are nothing but relationships in the Salesforce. So there are two different types of there will be different types of relationships in which two are very important. One is lookup and another one is Another one is master detail relationship. So what this lookup does and what this master do, you might have known in our live sessions. So here there are a few steps which we need to go ahead and follow in order to create a relationship fields among the volunteer object and other object. Okay, volunteer and drop off object. Yeah. In the same way, you can see there are a few more relationship fields which you need to go ahead and create in other object as well. So the very first relationship field you are going to create is on volunteer object. From volunteer object to drop off object, drop off point object. Second relationship type, for that you are going to open execution details, and from execution details you will be linking that to other object. Yeah, volunteer object. From execution detail objects to volunteer objects. Third, you are going to create a master detail. So the very first object, the very first relationship is like you do have created the lookup relationship. Second, you do have created the master detail. Third, again you are going to create a master detail among execution details and the task object. Fourth, you are going to create a lookup relationship between the drop off and the venue object. Fifth, sixth are similar. You're going to create a lookup relationship between task object and venue object, and task object and drop off object, drop off point object. So this many relationships fields you need to go ahead and you need to create into your application. Okay, and these are going to be created in the backend, not in the front end. Backend in the sense you're going to object manager, and from there you're going to create it. And each and every single steps has been mentioned here in this process. Okay, later you will be going ahead and you will be creating different fields which are required for each and every individual object in the Salesforce application. So, this application supply leftover food to the pool. Okay. Yeah. So the very first field, let's check what is the very first field we are going to create. So we are going to create email field with the data type email. We are going to label it as contact email and so on. So next, this should be created in the venue object. Okay. Next, another field we are going to create in a venue object with the data type phone. So this do stores the phone number of the particular venue. Okay, and after that you are in the venue object you are again going to create a location field with the data type geolocation, and after that you're going to create another field in the same object in the venue object with the long text area data type, and you are going to name it as a venue location. So this should be mentioning the address, the particular address. In the previous location field there will be a geolocation like latitudes, longitude, there should be mentioned, they should be get added there. But we won't be searching any particular address with the longitude and the latitudes on the globe. But instead of that, what we do is like we'll do search with the location, venue location, like so and so house number, so and so location, so and so landmarks. So using those, if we need to go ahead and we need to store that kind of data, we'll be using long text area. So yes, participants, I do request everyone to uh, not to post their greeting messages in the chat box right away. So this is very disturbing for me and as well as for you. So I request everyone to quickly stop posting greetings there. Okay, so I'll do give you time to post your queries in the Q&A box before wrapping up the session. Okay. In the same way, what we are going to do is like we are going to go ahead and create fields for drop-off point object, for task object, for volunteer object, and for execution detail object. Okay. Yeah, and do follow all the steps has been clearly mentioned wherever it is required. Okay, and again, if you do feel like you do have stuck up with any of the thing in the steps which has been mentioned, you can just go ahead and reach us out at any point. Okay, so we are done with the fields, we are done with the application, we are done with the object, we are done with the navigation UI, UI navigation item, which is nothing but tabs. Next, we'll be talking about some automations to be done in the project itself. Okay, so in this particular thing, what might be the automation we can use? So there will be some scenarios where there will be like, if there is so and so pools do residue in the so and so location, this particular leftover food should be assigned to that particular pool individual. Okay, for some kind of thing, we won't be checking and we won't be assigning this to manually, right? So before we would have done these things manually in the Excel sheet or in the Word document. But nowadays, what we will be doing is like, we'll be just this task will be get automatically done. Okay, automatically done using the flows and the triggers, right? So let's check what flows we do have for this. So here we are going to create a record in a venue object. So for this, what the requirement is like, so the database is not allowed to, not every individual do have a database accessibility, right? So in the organization, if I do have an database accessibility, that it means like I am the admin or I am some user with a specific role or specific permission. But not all the individual will be having access to the database or any object or anything in the organization, right? So for few people, there won't be any accessibility over the particular object or particular field or particular operation like create, update, read, or delete. Right. So in order to make an ease for those people to go ahead and create a venue object record, uh, venue record a record in a venue object, then we what we'll do is like, we'll do go ahead and we'll do create a flow so that these people will able to go ahead and create a record for that particular object from the UI, not from the backend. Okay, so for this purpose, we'll be going ahead and we'll be creating a flow. So here we'll be having different types of flow, and you guys must have be aware of this. In our live session, we do have talk about all different types of flows we do have in the Salesforce. Now, among these different types of Salesforce flows, we'll be utilizing screen flow. So screen flow is nothing but this will be used to demonstrate or to show something on the screen. So that's what it named like screen flow. Okay, so which do interacts with the in the UI with the end user. So this screen flow is used to interact with the end user, right? So here what we are going to do is like, we are going to go ahead and we are going to create a new record from the flow. For that, we are going to create a flow itself, a screen flow itself. So these are the few points which you need to follow in order to go ahead and create a new screen flow. And for this screen flow, inside this screen flow, there should be something like, right? So if I do go ahead and open the venue object, I'll be having something like a venue name, location, location address, venue address, and there are few more fields which we have seen in our module 5 fields, right? So now if all the details should be get filled into the UI, then what we need to do is like, we need to go ahead and we need to create the variables for that. We need to create the components for that. Okay, we'll be calling variables as component here. Okay, so the very first component we are going to create is like venue name, then email, then phone number, venue location, latitude, longitude, and it should be similar to this. It should seem something like this. Okay, and after that, we'll do save our changes by clicking on done. Then we are going to label the flow as create venue record. And these are the few specific things which should be get assigned or get valued. Okay, so how many records to go ahead and create using this flow? Only one record or multiple record you can select. Better to go with the flow. Go ahead and create one record. And what fields value should be get assigned to that. So if a user do give some value on the UI on the flow, those values should be get stored into the variable or the component, and the same value should be get populated in the database. So for that, we are assigning field mapping that thing. So field and its value. So for contact email, we are assigning contact email dot value here. You can see. So this contact underscore email is the component which we do have created here. Contact email. You can see. So this variable, this component's value, we are assigning to our contact email in our object, venue object at the backend. Okay, so this is the value on the front end, and it should be get assigned to the field on the backend for this object. In the same way, we'll do assign the same thing like the value for the phone, for the venue name, for the location, for the latitude and the longitude to our backend object. This should be similar like this. You can see for the contact email, this should be contact email dot value and so on. Next, we are going to save it. So once we do save this, we should be opening it once and we should be trying it. Okay. Next, there's one more thing, the one more tool which we'll be using in order to go ahead and do some automation process, which is triggers. So triggers are nothing but the Apex classes block of code which do invokes some other class in the Salesforce org. Okay, so here we are going to create a trigger. We are going to go ahead and create a new trigger with the name drop off trigger. Okay, so on the object drop off point, right? And along with that, we do have some code of trigger here which will be helping us to go ahead and do the work. So here what it does is like, this is the trigger on drop off point, and this is a before trigger. So there are two different types of Apex triggers we do have. One is before before trigger, another one is after trigger. So what before trigger do is like, before hitting the changes or the values into the database, this should be validated. Okay, this should be used for some validation or data insertion, some kind of task like that. If we do want something to be happen once the data do hits the database, so let's say once account is created, I want contact to be created. So for the such kind of things, what we do require is like, we do go ahead and we do use after triggers. Okay, here what it tries to do is like, for drop off point, drop trigger dot new, drop dot distance is equals to drop dot distance calculation in underscore C. So what here it's trying to say is like, before creating any record of drop off point, the drop distance should be equals to the distance calculation. Okay, before making it, before hitting the data into the database, before saving the record. Okay, so for that purpose, we do have written this line of code, and on the above of the code, you can see this trigger is to assign distance field to the distance calculation field, so that we can assign the distance in the sharing rule. So for this purpose, we do have written this line of code. Next, we do have profiles. So profiles are nothing but, you might be aware of the definition. Profiles are nothing but which do give the accessibility to what to see and what to do in the Salesforce or for the user. Okay, so here we are going to create NGO's profile by cloning a standard profile, standard platform user, right? And we are naming it as NGO profile. So whatever the permissions does this standard platform user do have, then all those permissions will be automatically assigned to this cloned profile, NGO's profile. Okay, next, to whom this profile should be get assigned to? This should be obviously get assigned to a user in the Salesforce org who do, users are nothing but who do continuously log in into our Salesforce org. So those employees are nothing but users in the term of Salesforce. Okay, so these are the steps which we'll be following in order to go ahead and create a new user in the Salesforce org. And please be aware of this. You are going to use the profile as NGO's profile whenever it is required, along with the user license, Salesforce platform, and the details which has been mentioned over here. Okay, in the same way, here we do have created Eksha Foundation. The same way, we are going to create two more users with the different name, like you can see NSS or street cost. So these are the different users which we do have created in this Salesforce. Or if you want to create the same, you can go ahead and create the same. Or if you want to use the different name, you can use the different name. But uh, just try to understand which users do have which profile and which permissions are assigned to them. Okay, next we go ahead and we do go ahead and create a new public group to this. Okay, so what is a public group? So public group is nothing but a group of users in the Salesforce all with the common profiles of common permissions. So we do go ahead and we do create a new group with the label as Iksha, and we do add few users there, like members, add Iksha Foundation and system administrator. So these are the two users which will be going ahead and we'll be adding those two users into the Iksha group. In the same way, we do create one more public group, and these are the other users. So the last three users which we do have created, like Iksha, NSS, and Street Calls, you are going to add those users into the group 2. Okay, you can name the group 2 as anything, whatever you wish for. Please do remember, whatever the things you're doing, you should be remembering it. Later, we are going to create report types. So reports types are nothing but which a standard or customization template for the reports. So what kind of report we are going to utilize into Salesforce? We are going to create a report type for that thing. So here, what we are going to do is, like, we are going to go ahead and we are going to create venues with drop off with volunteer report type. Okay, so here uh, three objects are get involved. So here you need to understand, like, why while creating this venue object you should be checking with allo reports. Huh? So while creating drop off and volunteer, if you do forget, while if you do forget to check with that checkbox, then these two objects won't be available there. If you do forget with the for the volunteer, then volunteer won't be available there. You will only able to find venue with drop off object only. With volunteer won't be available there if you do not check with the box allow reports. Okay, so here you're going to go ahead and create a report for those things, and you do select you're going to relate this to another object like drop off as well. Okay, so if you didn't find drop off, you can also relate it with the drop off object as well. And after that, you're moving with the report. So we do have created report types in order to go ahead and create a report for the same thing. So here you can see the name of the report is custom report, and the report type is nothing but venue with drop off with volunteer, the same report type which we have created in the previous activity. Next, we do configure, we do customize the report as per the standards or as per the requirement of your organization. Okay, and in the same way, you are going to go ahead and you are going to create another reports, like reports on volunteer with execution details and tasks. So these are the other objects which we do which we didn't have used in our report type 1. Later, you're going to go ahead and create dashboards. So dashboards are nothing but collection of reports at one place at one time. So you're going to add those reports which you have created in the previous activity into this dashboard, along with the components like widgets. Like, it should be a graphical representation of the data. So dashboards are nothing but a graphical representation of the data, right? So it can be a table, it can be a pie, it can be a bar chart, it can be a horizontal line diagram, or anything, or time series, anything. So whatever the data type, whatever the graphical representation type you wanna use, you can go ahead and utilize them. And each and every steps has been mentioned how to go ahead and create a dashboard for your organization. You can see it over here. And at the end, you can see this is the preview of the component, or the what we say, yeah, of the widget that will be shown at the end. Okay, so you can go ahead and you can create like this, or if you want to use another, like a bar chart or a pie chart or the gauge or the funnel, whatever suits you the best, you can go ahead and you can use that. But better to go with the flow here. If you are willing to go ahead and select other display type as, you can select the others as well. You can see it on the left side of the image. Later, we are going to add the volunteer task, the type report, the second report which we have created in our previous activity, and you are going to add it over in the dashboard. And after that, you are adding these pictures to this dashboard, to the dashboard. Okay, so you can see this is the task resolution details, and here this is the dashboard 1 and this is the dashboard 2. And if you want to add this image, you can add. This is an optional, but if you want to add, you can go ahead and add. That will be looking too good with that. After that, sharing rules. So you must be aware of sharing rules. Sharing rule used to share from some records based on the user availability or the record ownership or the criteria. So here, what you're going to do is like you're going to share few records like criteria where value distance is less than 15 and value distance is greater than 15 or 30. Okay, so there are two rules based two to three rules which will be used, and based on that, you can see the sharing rules criteria are like distance should be less than equals, then it should be get shared with IKSA with the read write accessibility, and if the distance is in between 15 to 13, it should be shared with NSS group, shared with group NSS read or write, and if it is more than 30 and less than 50, it should be shared with street cost with the read write accessibility, right? After that, we'll be checking with the home page how we are going to go ahead and create a home page for our Lightning application. So we'll do go ahead and we'll do create a Lightning application page, and we'll do add it over this here on the home page. Okay, so that these are the steps which we need to follow in order to achieve that. And at the last, you can see there's a flow component venue form, right? So we are going to add the flow which we do have created earlier here. You can see we have created under here flows. The same flow we are going to add it into our home page. Okay, so are we clear with the everything here? So as I'm done with the dashboard sharing rules and the home page, let's check with the conclusion. So there will be nothing but a couple of lines which shows like this is the conclusion for our project implementation here. Okay, so I hope I'm clear with the leftover to supply leftover food to the pools. So next we'll be moving with another project which is garage management system. Okay, so let me just go ahead and check with garage management system, and here it is. So let me just go ahead and click on view. So here we'll be following the same things, though you can see the garage management, the Salesforce object creation, objects, tabs, Lightning app, fields. So these are the similar things which we have seen in our previous project, right? So I'll do let you know the overview of this garage management system, what it does, what it does not, and what are the things we'll be looking into this garage management system. So garage management system is a tool which will be used by the Salesforce or by other external systems in order to maintain how many times a particular vehicle is entering into this particular petrol point or the garage, for what kind of services to achieve and what the purpose of coming to that particular garage, something like that. Okay, so in order to achieve this thing, we'll be having different objects which we do deal about. So all the objects we can just go ahead and we can look into this here. Like we'll be creating a customer object, a appointment object, a service record object, billing details object, and feedback object. Okay, so these are the 5 objects which we are going to go ahead and create in our project garage management system. Along with this project, for this all 5 projects, we'll be going ahead and we'll be creating tabs, and we'll be creating an application with the name garage management system. And in this application, we are going to add this navigation items, the tabs, into this application, so that the end user will be able to navigate from one object to another object with an ease. Later on, we could do go ahead and we'll do create few fields for different objects in the Salesforce. application garage management system. Okay, with different types of data types, right? And after that, we do have something like validation rules, duplicate rules. So validation rules are nothing but these are the defined rules which will be helping us to avoid users saving that data into the database. Okay, so let's say if I am entering phone number on the first name field, is my data integrated? What will be the integrity of my data? The poor integrity, right? So I can't pronounce myself as 141523210, right? So there should be a particular name for the name field, and there shouldn't be any numeric alphabet or special character alphabets there. Okay, so to validate the input of the users, end users, will do right validation rules. So in the same way, there will be a couple of validation rules for this project garage management system, which we're gonna look into the validation rules. So here are the few steps which we need to follow in order to create a new validation rule on an uh, appointment object. Okay, in the same way, we'll be going ahead and we'll be creating some validation for billing details and feedback objects as well. And these are the few steps which will be helping us to go ahead and create a validation rule on an billing details and feedback objects. Right. Next, duplicate rule. So duplicate rule is nothing but there's something like a user might be creating two records with the same details. So if I want users to not do such kind of things, what I'll do is like I'll be going ahead and I'll be creating a duplicate rule. So what this duplicate rule do is like first it will do get the details of the user input, like whatever the value I'm going to enter, it will do get the values of those entered for and whatever the values entered by the end user, and it will do verify whether I do have this name available in the list of appointment or the list of customer object. If I do have, then I'll be throwing an error with saying that this this record, this name already do exist into our database. Okay, for such kind of thing, we'll be using duplicate rule. So first, it will do match. For that, we do need to go ahead and we need to create a matching rule first, and after that, depending on the matching rule, it will do go ahead and create a duplicate rule. Okay, and there's another module like profiles. So we do have discussed something about profiles, and here we'll be creating manager profile and salesperson profile. Okay, later, roles and hierarchy. So what roles and hierarchy are? So roles do define at what position are user in the organization. Hierarchy do says like what is the position, exact position of this users in the Salesforce organization. Whether he's ordering someone or whether he is answering someone. Okay. Later, we do have seen users, how to go ahead and create a users and everything. We do have seen public groups. So here we'll be creating 2 or 3 users. Yeah, we are going to go ahead and create. We are going to go ahead and create 3 users with the above following 3 permissions. Okay, role, salesperson, user license, sales platform, Salesforce platform, profile, salesperson. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and create 3 users in the Salesforce org so that whenever they do log in, they will be able to see few of the things. Next, public groups. So we do have talk about public groups and sharing rules and the flow and the Apex triggers. Let me just give you a quick one. So here we are going to go ahead and create a new public group with the name sales team. Okay. And after that, we'll go ahead and we'll create a sharing settings for our org. And uh, this should be like this. Okay, so the service request, this should be private for everyone, for the internal and the external team. And after that, we do have flows, Apex triggers, and reports and dashboards. So here, for to achieve some automation, we do go ahead and we do create a flow. And here, the flow type is record trigger type. So this do works at the backend, not on the UI. So whenever I do click on save button or edit button or delete button or anything, something do get triggered into the Salesforce, and that triggers happen at the backend. So whatever the trigger do gets happen in the backend, we do call it as record triggered flow. Okay, so this is also similar to the Apex triggers, and this do have different types of record triggered flow. One is before trigger and one is after trigger. And you guys must be aware of like what is before trigger and what is after trigger. Yeah. Next, Apex triggers. So here what we are going to do is like we are going to go ahead and we are going to create an Apex. And along with that, first we'll do go ahead and we'll do create an Apex class. So all the logic we'll do write it over into the class, and it should be get invoked by the Apex trigger whenever it is required, like before inserting the record or before updating, deleting or reading the record, or after updating, reading or deleting the record. Okay. Then we do have reports and dashboard. So you guys must be aware of that. What is a report and what is a dashboard, and what are the steps which should be following in order to go ahead and create a report and a dashboard. Next, we do have user adoption. So user adoption is nothing but how, like, how we are going to train a one particular user on the application which we do have created. So if you can see, there are a lot of difference between the applications like Hangouts, Slacks, and WhatsApp. So all these three are the chat messages application, but they with different user adoption is nothing but awareing of the students or the employees that how one particular things work on one click in the Salesforce application. Okay, so under adoptions, we are only going to see about creation of records. So how a record do go ahead and create it. Okay, yeah. So with this, we have completed with our second project, which is garage management system. Next, we'll be going ahead and we'll be creating another project. We'll be working with another project, which is CRM application for jewel management developer. Okay. So do you guys need a little break or should I just go ahead and continue? So please give me summary of previous class. I didn't attend in the previous classes, so this is my first class. So Aditya, if this is your first class, then you can go ahead and you can refer the recordings which will be provided in the YouTube channel or the Telegram channel. Okay. How to access this guided project, sir? So Balaji Gudur will do let you know how you will be able to access this guided project. Okay. How can I manage two different projects and their objects? So how you're going to manage two different projects and their objects? No, obviously no. You're not going to manage it at all by yourself. So what happens is here is like you can go ahead and create two projects uh, with different objects, and these objects won't be affecting the objects which you are used in our object one, project one. Okay, that's what the difference is. They should be working with this thing only, and that should be working on that object only. So it's 3:25 right now. If you guys do want a quick break, just go ahead and do have a quick break, and I will do go ahead and continue at 3:30. Anvita, can you share this module link, sir? So Anvita, this is not a module. So this is the guided project, and this should be get assigned to you in your skill wallet. Himashri, please provide today guided project PPTs, sir. So Himashri, there's no guided project PPTs, or everything will be get available on the skill wallet. So if you do have your skill wallet account, then it's okay. If not, you can contact our support team. They will be helping you out with this. How to do this, sir? Please say, Akshay. By following those steps mentioned in the guided project is enough to complete the project. Ashwini. Yes, Akshay. How you are going to do these projects into your Salesforce organization, Salesforce org is clearly mentioned into the guide, this guided project. So all you need to do is like you need to follow each and every steps which are mentioned in this guided project. So whatever the project which will be get assigned to you, you only need to go ahead and you need to follow the instructions, and based on the instruction you are going to implement your project. Okay. How to do this, sir? Please say. Okay, I'm done. By following those steps mentioned in the guided project is enough to complete the project. Yes, Ashwini. Whatever the steps which has been mentioned in the project, all you need to do is like you need to follow those. How to get guided project? So Akshay, this will be get assigned to you very soon. Yeah. Thank you, Akshay. So guys, it's fine. It's 3:28. I'll be back within a couple of minutes. If you guys do have any query or anything to discuss on, just go ahead and post in the Q&A or in the chat. Let's have a break for 5 minutes here. I'll be continuing the class at 3:30. So I do have given you the break at 3:25. So we'll be continuing at 3:30. Okay, guys, I guess everyone are back from the break. So I'll just go ahead and quickly solve your queries first, and after that, I'll be going ahead and explain the other projects as well. Okay, Bala Sai Reddy. Sir, do we don't have Smart Indians account? Are we assigned any work to do? So yes, Bala say if you do not have any Smart Interest account, then do not get worried about it. Do contact our support team and they will be helping you out with your smart intern support. Okay. And yes, this is the work which you need to go ahead and which you need to complete it. Okay, so this is your assignment. Pradeep Kumar, do freshers get jobs into Salesforce? Yes, Pradeep Kumar, Salesforce is booming right now in the IT industry, and there will be a lot of career opportunities for the freshers into the Salesforce platform. Okay, let me check the Q&A as well. Okay, thank you. So where we can access the guided projects. So Vaishnavi, soon it will be get assigned to you on your Smart Interns platform. Okay, do not get worried about it. Our mentors will do help you out with that. Okay. Yep. Okay then. So I do feel like we are good to go ahead and complete our next projects. So where we have to do all the courses. So you don't need to do all the courses, Nagesh. You only need to complete the training mix and you need to complete the guided project, which will be assigned to you in a couple of days. Will you provide the task list? So don't it's not required. I don't know who this is, but 7980 the name. It will do get you'll be getting it soon. Okay. Yeah. So let me just go ahead and continue with my next project, which is the medical inventory. Sorry, which is a CRM application for jewel management. Okay. Yeah. So let me quickly tell you about this project. So this project is used to manage the jewelry system for a jewelry shop. Okay. So there will be a lot of things which we'll be learning from this, like how a smith, goldsmith, uh, and the other workers who are working into the jewelry shops, how do they uh, maintain their data, their clients, customers, the amount of jewelry they do have spended, they do have purchased, or they do have they do have made a sale of. Okay, so all the things we'll be learning over here. So yes, as you can see, the very first step is like you do need you first need to create a free Salesforce developer edition, or if you do have it with you, then it's not needed. Next, the objects which are involved into this project. So here we are going to create a few objects with the name like jewel customer object and item object. Okay. Along with that, we are going to create few more objects as customer order, price, and billing. Okay. So different objects will be having different things. Yeah, different purpose. We'll be creating tabs for the respective five objects, and we are going to create an lighting application, and we are adding all this five objects tab into that. Along with that, we'll do go ahead and we'll do create a number of fields for each and every objects or from for all the five objects. Okay, so we do have seen these activities. We also have seen how to go ahead and create a profile. So here we'll be creating profiles like few customer profiles like goldsmith and worker. You can see goldsmith profile, worker profile, and that's also these are the two profiles which we are going to go ahead and create. Roles, the similar roles, creating a goldsmith role, and after that we'll be creating one more role as worker. So this worker will be reporting to goldsmith. So we do have created profiles, we do have created roles. There's only one thing left to link up these things, creating a user. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to create few users, and we are going to assign this goldsmith and the worker profile and the profile and the roles to these particular users. Okay. Later we'll be setting up with the page layout, setting up the whole page with the page layout. Okay. So page layouts are nothing but the UI component which will be helping us to customize our fields, like to customize and arrange a field on one particular record page. So in the same way, we are going to go ahead and create a gold page layout and a silver page layout. So if I do select gold, then it will be showing me all the fields which are only applicable or available with the gold or related with the gold. If I do select silver, uh, there should be all the fields which are related to silver only. Okay, no gold related fields should be available there. So for that purpose, we'll do go ahead and create a page layouts. We do have seen record types. So what record types do and why do we use record types? We'll do go ahead and create a few record types with the name like gold or silver. Okay. Next, we'll do go ahead and create a permission sets. Permission sets are the additional permissions which are assigned to some users or a group of people or some particular role or profile, so that it will be in addition. Okay, so whatever the permission that user do have from the beginning, in addition to that, this permission should be get assigned to that. Next, we do have triggers. We do have seen what are triggers, and let's say one more here. So here again, the permission sets has been pop up. So here we are going to create permission sets in the same manner. User adoption, you know how to go ahead and create new records for different objects in the Salesforce application. So here there's a demonstration has been shown on the dual customer object. How to create a record for the dual customer object, how to view it, and how to delete. Next, reports and dashboards. We have talk about the reports. Reports are nothing but the tabular view or the table which you do shows all the information about one particular object or couple of objects, right? Next, dashboard. So in dashboards, we'll be collecting all the different types of reports at one tab, at one place. Next, we do have flows. So we also have seen about flows, and here we'll check why do we have to create a flow. Use case without so here we are going to create a flow in which if the billing is done, then automatically a confirmation email should be sent to the customer. Okay, so for that purpose, we do have created a flow. Right. With this, we do have completed with our project number 3, which is dual management application. And I can see a lot of people are posting some queries there. Yeah. So next, we'll do move ahead and we'll do continue with our next project, which is medical inventory management. So let me just go ahead and let me tell you about this medical inventory management. So what it does and why do we require to use Salesforce for this medical inventory management application. So you must be aware of the list of tasks to be done in a day-by-day basis for an employee who's working on the medical store or pharmacist. So in order to make those tasks easy for the pharmacist, so that he will be able to focus on other things as well, for like developing his pharmaceutical shop or the medical store, or building some new sections for different departments and so on. So for that, there is an medical inventory management. Okay, even though if you do want some clear answer for this, then you can also assume like you will be having a lot of application nowadays for medical inventory applications, like uh, Apollo applications. Like you guys must have heard about this applications, Apollo 24/7, MedPlus 24/7. So this is nothing but medical inventory management applications. Okay. So here in the Salesforce, if we need to achieve such kind of things, first we do have a Salesforce account, Salesforce developer account, and here the milestone and the activities which leads us to create successfully our free Salesforce developer edition. Next, the objects which are used to store some data into it. So here we are going to create few objects like custom object with the name product, and we are going to create purchase order, order item, inventory, transactions, and supplier objects. So these are the list of objects which we are going to go ahead and create for this application. And you must be aware of till this point milestone file, like how to go ahead and create a tab, an application, and a field for individual object in an application, right? Editing page layout. So by default, a page layout will do go ahead and create uh, a page layout by default will get created once we do go ahead and create an object. If we want to make some changes, we can just go ahead and navigate to page layout sections from the object manager, and we will be able to do some modifications there. So here in the activity one, list of there is a list of steps which you need to follow in order to edit your existing page layout in a project object. It's the same thing. You can just go ahead and edit each and every individual page layout for individual objects. Okay. Next, we do have something like compact layout. So compact layouts are nothing but which do displays a records key field whenever you do hover over your cursor. So if I do hover over my cursor over this activity one, it shows nothing. But if I do the same thing in my Salesforce org, then what it does is like it will do go ahead and it will do pop up some messages, pop up some key points like first name, last name, email address, phone number, how to contact, to whom to contact, and so on. So we can just go ahead and create a compact layout for product object, for purchase object, and so on. Next, we do go ahead and we do talk about the validation rule. So we also have talk about the validation rule, and here we'll be creating an validation rule. So whenever delivery date is expected, yeah. So whenever on an employee object, uh, what will be the what will be the expected date validation? Okay, like if I do order today some medicines, at what date this delivery date should be coming up? So it shouldn't be more than 7. Okay, so for that purpose, so that the values like the delivery date should not be uh, yeah, the delivery date should not be more than 30 more than 7 days. For that kind of thing, we'll do go ahead and we'll do write a validation there. Okay. Next, we do have profile, roles, and users, permission sets, flows, triggers, reports, and dashboards, which are similar to that, but for different purpose, we'll do create different profiles. Okay, so here we'll do go ahead and we'll do create inventory management profile with some other permissions, and the purchase management manager profile for purchase object. In the same way, we'll do go ahead and create roles as well, like purchasing manager role and purchasing manager role. Okay, so I guess there's a spelling mistake here. Purchasing manager, okay, and here inventory management. So whatever the profiles we do have created at the milestone 9, the same with the same name, we'll be going ahead and creating roles as well. Next, we'll be going ahead and we'll be creating users for the inventory management user and the purchase management. For the respective profiles and the roles, we'll be going ahead and we'll be creating users as well. And in additional to the permissions which has been assigned to the roles, we'll do go ahead and we'll do assign some additional permissions using the permission sets. On the milestone 14, we do have flows. So this is an activity for the automation of to update the actual delivery date. So instead of manually entering the details on the UI, this should be get automatically populated. For that purpose, we are going to go ahead and create a new flow, screen flow. Okay. Later, we do have triggers. This do runs at the back end. This is used to trigger to calculate the amount, total amount on order object. So if I do make an order with 3 or 4 items, like 3 or 4 medicines, then what will be the total amount of that order that should get automatically populated? And for that purpose, we will be going ahead and we'll be creating a trigger. Next, we do have reports. So you guys know what is a report and how do we do go ahead and create a report. There is a summary report which we do need to go ahead and create in activity one, and there is another report with the name complete purchase detail reports. So we are going to go ahead and create these 2 reports, and under dashboard milestone, we are going to add this report into one application, one tab, so that we'll be able to see all the things at one single tab. Okay. With this, we do have completed with our another project, medical inventory management. Yeah. So before moving with our fifth project, I want you guys to quickly give me a quick response that my explanations are very good and you are able to understand it. If not, or if you want me to explain few of the points again, just let me know. I'll do go ahead and I'll do explain it for you. So we'll do have more 15 minutes to discuss these projects. After that, I'll be giving you for 15 to 20 minutes. I'll be giving you time to put your Q&A in the Q&A box so that we'll be discussing about your queries. Okay. So still I'm not able to find any queries in the chat or the Q&A. So I'll just go ahead and continue with my project explanation. And here comes the next project, project number 5, list management. So let me just go ahead and open list management project. So list management project in Salesforce. So you guys must be knowing about this. So why do we create any application with the name list management in the Salesforce? So as you guys know, there's a retail industry where a lot of people do rent a flat or a house, or buy a flat or a house on some places. So in order to maintain this e-state transactions, e-state business, we'll be going ahead and we'll be creating a application using a Salesforce platform with the name list management. So you guys on the left side, you guys can see there are few topics which you guys already know, like creation of Salesforce Developer Edition or the objects, tabs, lightning application, fields, and validation groups. So these are the common things you will be finding at every project there. Okay, but for different project, there will be a different purpose of creating an object, tabs, application, fields, validation rules, app triggers, flows, schedule class, or approval process. So here we'll do have the same thing, similar kind of thing, not the same thing. But in addition to that, we do have few more changes, few more additional topics like email templates, approval process, schedule class. Yeah. So these are the few additional things, and I'm going to talk about these additional things in our project. Okay. Before that, let's just try to understand what are the objects we do have to create in our list management system. So there's few objects like property, tenant, payment, and lease object. So these are the 4 objects on which we are going to deal with in our application list manager. Once we do go ahead and create these objects, we will be creating a tabs for that, and application for that, and respective full fields for the respective objects. Later, we'll be putting some validation rules for a lease object, where we'll be checking like what is the end date. So end date should be always greater than the start date. Okay, so if I do start a lease on May 1st, so the end date should not be less than May 1st. It shouldn't be any date of April 2025. It should be more than 1st May 2025. It can be 2nd May 2025, or 1st June 2025, or 1st December 2025, or 1st December 2026. It can be anything, but not less than the start date. Okay, so for that purpose, we do have written a validation rule. There's something new topic in this project with the name email template. So email templates are nothing but a template for sales email or the marketing email or any kind of email for your business purpose. You can go ahead and create an email template. So you can use this email template for multiple times. So let's say if you want to draft an email for one individual, you will be drafting it just like that, all by yourself. Okay, you'll be putting the details like first name, last name, email ID, phone number, address, the product he do purchase, the product he do have ordered, the amount he do have purchased, what was the amount of individual item, and what are the things. But if you need to do this for thousands of orders, then what you're going to do? You're not going to manually enter all the things. You instead of manually entering all the things, you will be using an email template for such kind of thing. Okay. So here are the things like we do go ahead and we do create email template for the tenant leaving, leave approved, rejection for the leave, monthly payment, and successful payments. So what if a tenant leaves the contracts? What should be the email it will do get drafted? What if there is a leave approved for an employee in the real estate industry? If the proposal of the tenant or lease has been rejected, there should be a rejection email template. If it is approved and it is successful leased, then there should be a successful email template. What will be the monthly payment thing? And you will be able to see monthly emails for your monthly payments. So for that kind of purpose, we do have created this 5 different types of email templates. Now, different types, but different context of email templates. So you can follow these steps, and each and every steps are similar to each and everything. Just only the subject and the email body are different for each and every email template. So there's an email template, and after that there's approval process. So approval process, you must be aware of this. So if any employee do request for a leave, it should get assigned to its manager. So once the manager do approves, then he will be able to go for the leave. If not, he won't be able to go for the leave. So that's nothing but this kind of scenarios do get achieved using the approval process. Okay. Simply, we can say this is an automation process which do approve the record of the Salesforce. Okay, so here we are going to go ahead and create an approval process for check for vacant. So if a user, if a tenant is vacating the existing apartment, then he should be requesting it first, and once it is approved, then he will be able to vacate the particular apartment. So in order to vacate he should be following some actions, like some steps. So the very first step is like he should be submitting in, and once he will be submitting, the very first initial submission action will do get acted on it. So on the successful submission, it should be sending an email, or the field should be get updated, so he should be able to understand that his application is submitted. After that, the final approval action and the final rejection action. So what happens if the manager do not approve the leave? The rejection action should be get into the picture. So it should be sending an rejection email, or the status should be updated as rejected. In the same way, if he approves, then the same thing happens with the approval mail and the approval status. Okay. Then we do have Apex triggers, as we do know the what is Apex triggers and where do we use it. Here we do have an Apex trigger to go ahead and to prevent the insertion. Okay, for our tenant record. So if there is something like illogically, so if there is an existing tenant in our Salesforce or with the same name and the same number, then no record should be get created with the same details again and again. So for that purpose, we have created an Apex trigger with the name prevent insert tenant insert. Okay. Then we do have flows here. So to automate something with click and drag tool, like monthly payment, for some automation on the monthly payment, like sending an email to make sure that the user or the tenant should be notified that your this monthly payment is pending. Kindly do make a payment ASAP. So for that kind of purpose, we do go ahead and we will create a flow. Okay, and schedule class. So here we are going to create a schedule class. So you must be aware of what is a schedule class. So this is an asynchronous Apex where it should do wait and do runs in a separate thing. Okay, so this is a time based on the time the monthly email scheduler should be sent to the tenant. Okay, so with this we do have completed with our fifth project, which is list management. Let me just quickly go ahead and go with our next project, which is field service work order optimization using this Salesforce CRM. So what is this field service work order optimization? Okay. So this field service work order optimization is an application for a tenant or for the users who are facing some kind of technical issues with their assets like laptops, TV, fridge, ACs. So if there's some kind of repair for this kind of assets, then to whom they are going to call. So let's say, for an example, you do stay in an apartment where a number of families do stay. Okay, you are the head of the president of that apartment, and whatever happens to any of the individuals TV individuals asset, like for family 1 2 3 4 5, there are 5 to 6 families do stay for the in that apartment, and if there's something happen with the any of the property of that particular apartment, to whom they are going to reach. They are going to call an electrician for the electrical thing. They are going to call a mechanic uh, for auto repair or the puncture or for anything. Okay, so for all this to be done at one single place, we do have created an application with the name field service work order optimization, where if you do request for anything like my bike is punctured and I want it to repair, I'll just click open my app and I'll do give my details there, and after that it will I'll do make a request for this service, and based on my location, that particular service will be done by the technicians, by the by the garage people. Okay, yeah. So for that kind of thing, we do have this application field service work order optimization, and on the left side you can see these are the very common topics which has been mentioned for the projects which we are discussing from the beginning. The Salesforce account creation, the objects involved in the project, the tabs which we need to create for the respective object, the lighting application to give an overview of an application, fields and its relationship to create fields and to relate one field with another in the Salesforce, the profiles which have been used in the platform, the users, Apex triggers to automate something like here will be based on our location, the mechanic or the service should be the availability of the service should be get available to us. Okay, reports and dashboards. The same thing happens here. Mm, Whatever the report for monthly report, how many checks has been made for the services, how many checks has been made for the repairs and everything. So all these things will be mentioned over there on the reports. So with this video, I have completed with our project number 6. Let me check with the project number 7, workforce administration solution. Yeah. So this workforce administration solution, there's a project here we do have. So let me just give an overview of this, and this will be very similar to the previous projects which we have discussed, like field service work order optimization. Okay, only there are few things advanced with this. Yeah. So I'll let me just clearly give you an overview of workforce administration solution here. So this is basically for the IT companies where there is a difficulty for HRs to maintain the attendance of the employee, the salary based, the salaries made to that employees, the login time, the log off time, check-in time, check-out time for the remote employees, for the on-site employees, the expenses on individual employees like transportation, cab facilities, lunch facilities, food facilities, remote facilities, Wi-Fi facilities, and so on. Right. So all this should be all the things every should be get worked along in one single go. We are using Salesforce for this kind of solution. Okay, and we do have named it as a workforce administration solution. And here you can see the very first 5 modules milestones are similar, like creating a Salesforce developer or creating the objects which are related with this project. Like here we'll be having employee, like we'll be having employee object, project object on which project an employee is working on, more objects like project task, asset, and asset services. Okay. With respect to these objects, we'll be going ahead and we'll be creating tabs, we'll be creating application, we'll be creating fields for the respective objects in the Salesforce. Okay. Apart from that, we do have something common like profile, roles and users, page layouts, report types and permission sets, reports and dashboards. So these are the, reports, dashboards, approval process, and Apex triggers. So these are the common things which we do have seen from our previous topics as well. But here for different projects, we'll be having different logics and different purposes for writing these things. For different purpose, like here we'll be having employee profile with the employee permissions. We'll be having asset. We'll be having HR role for different things. We'll be having manager role for the different thing with the different permissions. We'll be having roles with the same things, and we'll be creating users for the same purpose, like for assigning roles as manager, employee, HR, CEO, and so on. Okay. So there's something like setting OWD. OWD is nothing but organization by default. You might be aware of this OWD, and we do have taught you about this OWD in our live sessions, where this will do restrict the accessibility over the records of one particular object in the Salesforce to uh, each and every individual commonly. Okay, so if I do make private for any individual, the OWD as private for each and every for one particular object, like let's say employee, then the user with the role who have accessibility over the object employee, if you do have created any record, that record won't be available for any other user except the record owner user. Okay, so if I do go ahead and create a new record from my end, that will be only visible to me, not to others. And whatever the records others do go ahead and create, that won't be visible to me. Okay, for that kind of thing, we do have OWD here, and we'll do go ahead and we'll do make a few objects OWD as private, public, or public redirect. Okay, so here we do have made it private for employees. Next, this user adoption. You might be aware of this user adoption, how to go ahead and create a new user record, new employee record, how to view it, how to edit it, how to delete it, and how to do the same thing for different objects as well. Next, we do have something like import data, how we are going to import data into the Salesforce org using the data import wizard. So here what we are going to do is like we'll be given an Excel sheet with a list of employees and their details, so that we'll be going ahead and we'll be pushing all the data into our Salesforce platforms in employee object. Okay. We do have something like chatter groups. So these are nothing but similar to the public groups, but instead of public group will be available for the security purpose, assigning some permissions there. But this chatter group is like some communication group where each and every individual, irrespective of their roles, their permissions, their profiles, their accessibility, they can, if they are in a particular group, they can just go ahead and put their insights or put the status of their project as a group. So this is just a communication channel for the organization. Okay. So I hope you guys do have understand what this project is all about. With this, we do have completed our seventh project, which is workforce administration solution. So it's 4 o'clock. Do you guys want me to continue with the other three projects explanation, or is it okay with you guys? So if you guys want to explain those things, I'll give you more time. Like after 4:30, we'll be giving like more 10 to 15 minutes, so that you will be able to put your Q&A there. If yes, give me a thumbs up. If not, do respond, please. So I got a thumbs up, and at the same time, I got the thumbs down. What does it mean? Do you want me to explain the other three projects as well? Give me a yes or a no. So some people are giving a thumbs down, which means I don't know what it means, but I am thinking like they do not want me to go ahead and explain the other three projects. Is that what it means? Participants thumbs down mean? Why? Because I told if you want me to explain other projects, give me a thumbs up. So I got three yes and like around 3 or 4 thumbs down. So let me just let me just have a glass of water. After that, I'll do come here. In the meanwhile, do give your responses in the chat box. If yes, do post it yes. If no, do post it no. No, yes, yes, yes. So there's a majority of yes. So I'm not counting the emojis who are sending those on the screen. If you guys are posting it in the chat box or in a Q&A box, I'll be counting it. Otherwise, I won't be counting. Sir, can you share the list of all the 10 projects? So, Durga, Savitri, I'm afraid that I won't be able to share all the 10 projects, list of 10 projects, but you will be get assigned with any one project then. Okay. Either you can enroll it from your end or it will be get assigned to you from our end. So I guess I do have received more yes than no here. So I'll just continue with our last three projects and I'll do explain it, and after that I'll do give 10 to 20 minutes to put your queries there. How many guided projects do we have to do? Praveen, only one you need to do. How to get these guided project steps? So if you do get assigned with this guided project, it will comes along with the instructions, the steps. Will I get enrolled into the Smart Interns link? Ravani, for Smart Interns link and the enrollment, you need to contact our support team. So once you do contact them, they will be guiding you what to do. Yeah, okay then. So let me just go ahead and quickly get with my next project, which is CRM application for public transport management system. Okay, so let me quickly go ahead and search for the same. And here we do have our application here. So let me just tell you what this application is used for. So in our day-to-day life, you must be have seen the struggle how to maintain our public transport management, right? So this project is similar to that kind of thing. How we are going to make our public road transportations, okay, regional transport corporations or some kind of things. So this do manages and streamlines the various operational aspects in the public transport, and it will do gives you maintain details of employees, roles, bus stations, bus stops, ticket fares, bus trips, and everything. So it will be like something like if I need to uh, say in some common is like a public transport, RTC. Okay, yeah. So Salesforce, creating a Salesforce account, objects, tabs, lighting application, fields, editing page layout, validation rules, flow, triggers, reports, dashboards. So this is similar to the previous objects which we have created, but the only the change is like you'll be having different objects for the different purpose, different tabs. The name of the application will be different. Fields will be different here. A new different validation rule will be there, flow for different automations, triggers for different automation achievements, and reports and dashboards for different report status. So let's just quickly check with the object here. So here you're going to create a bus stand object to maintain a records of a list of bus stops, bus stands. And after that, you're going to create, in the same way, you're going to create other objects like bus, trip, ticket fare, and employees object. So these are the list of objects which you are going to go ahead and create. In the same way, you are going to create tabs for the respective objects, and you are going to create an application with the name uh, public transport RTC. Okay, to whom it should be get available and whatever the navigation items like the custom objects which you have created, you are going to add it those things here, and you will be making available to this to system administrator. Later on, you'll be creating a list of fields which should be created on individual objects to store the data in a proper way. You'll be creating fields in employee object, in trip object, in bus object. You'll be creating relationship fields for different relations between these objects. Okay, so there is a list of activities you need to do. After that, you can see for different page layout, the different objects you'll be having different page layout, and you need to edit those page layouts with the different purposes. Okay, there's some validation rules which you need to go ahead and write for on different objects. Like on a bus object, you're going to create one. On a trip object, you're going to create a one. On a employee object, you're going to create one, two, three validation rules there. Okay, so the different purpose will be creating different validation rules there. So try to understand the purpose and the logic behind the validation. Later, we'll be having flows to achieve some kind of automation, like to fetch the ticket fare. Similar to our previous projects, the whatever the total amount for individual order we do made, in the same way we are going to create a flow to fetch the ticket fare for an individual bus. Okay, we are going to write a trigger whether the driver and the conductor ID are correct or not, to validate whether our bus drivers and the bus conductors IDs are correct or not, to check whether uh, they are genuine or they are fake. Later on, reports and dashboard. I hope I do not need to repeat this for reports and dashboards again and again. With this, we have completed with our another project, which is public transport management system. So can we go with the other next project? Is smart interns another one to create like is an account? So Yogesh, can you just elaborate your query, please? I'm not able to understand what you're trying to say. Okay, so let me just give you a break here for the rest of the two projects. And I guess you guys have a lot of queries for today. And I don't know from Monday we do have a session or not. But if we do have, we'll do continue with that on the Monday. Okay. So Yogesh, as you have asked, I am not able to get your query. Try to post your query with elaboration here. When did you assign the project to a sub? Chiranjeevi Sri Aditya. So Aditya, soon it will be get assigned to you in your skill wallet account. Okay. Let me check with the queries. Some people have put the queries in the Q&A. Can you share the link, Smart Interns link to us? So Satya, do check your register email ID address. You'll be finding the skill wallet credentials along with the URL into your mail. Kindly send the all the projects. So Preetham, I'm afraid I'm not allowed to share all the projects with you guys. So any one project or a couple of projects will be get assigned to you as individual. Okay. What topic can we expect on next session? So Vishwa, you can expect the project explanation things from the next section, where the attendance link will be shared or will be provided. So Priyanka, the attendance is tracked down at the back end. So if you are attending the session from the beginning, you will be marked as a attendant. And if you have missed the session in between, like for half an hour, for 20 minutes, then it will be marked as absent. Let me check the chat box again. Yogesh, will I get enrolled into the Smart Interns link? So Yogesh, if you do have made a registration, then it means you do have enrolled for the Smart Interns. And soon, and do check if you do have registered. If you do have registered for the internship, then you'll be getting the URL and the credential to log in into the Smart Interns platform. What about yesterday's test result? So Sai Kumar, yesterday's test result will be soon shared with you by the email or in the group. Sir, on which criteria and how you assign project to us, sir? So Likita, there is no criteria, but if it is there, then our support team members will do inform you. Share links, sir. Rajeshwari Devi. So Rajeshwari Devi, can you kindly elaborate what link you want me to share with you? And I can see there are four people like Srivalli, Ganesh Kumar, Percy, Monica. So if you guys do have any kind of query or anything to discuss on, you can just go ahead and put your queries in the Q&A or in the chat box. What about the offline recorded classes? So Pritam, it will be soon updated onto the playlist, and the link has been shared with you in the Telegram group. Kindly check it once. I guess it has been updated till now. Where should we check projects assigned to us? Okay, so you can check it in the skill wallet under group projects or the project. Got it, Yogesh Kumar? Smart Intense logging link. So Rajeshwari Devi, I have told this earlier as well to other people. You will be finding the Smart Intense login URL and the credential to log in into the Smart Intense platform into your mail IDs. And if you didn't have received it, you can do contact our support team. So there is no recording of 22nd May and 23rd May classes. So you're talking about the previous day and the previous day before previous day's session recording, right? So those might not have been uploaded till now, but it will soon be get updated. Got it, Ketana? Dinesh Ketana? So there is still no recording. Please inform the support team to upload them as a. Yeah, Dinesh, I'll do inform it. If we rejoin the session by the problem of internet, it will affect the attendance. So, Shrestha, if you are logged out or if you are not able to attend the session more than 20 to 30 minutes, then you will be marked as not attended. Okay. So, there's some criteria like for a continuous period of time, like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you are not joining the session or you are not in the session, then you will be marked as absent. Whether it by your internet issue or by intentionally you're not joining the session or you're joining the session late, like 20 minutes late or 15 minutes late continuously, then it will do mark it as opposite. So this criteria like you should be in the meeting or from the beginning to the end. If there is like 10 to 15 minutes of delay or due to some internet connectivity you are not able to join for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, that's the another case, that's the another thing. But if you are continuously doing the same thing for every day, then any of the day it will do get calculated for 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes makes a 60 minutes as well for 6 days. For 10 days it will be gonna make 100 minutes, which is around 2 days. So for 2 days your attendance will be marked as absent. I guess it is clear for each and everyone. Yeah. So I'll just stay on the call for more 10 minutes. If you guys do have any kind of query or anything to discuss on, you can just go ahead and put it in the Q&A or in the chat. I didn't register for the Salesforce and Skill Wallet. Will I get the email for the guided project? So how it will be, Praveen Kumar, if you didn't have registered for the internship, how you are going to get the guided project? So for this kind of thing, you should be contacting our support team and they will be better help you out there. They will be helping you better than a technical person like me. Where we can see the project in the skill wallet sub. So Chiranjeevi Sri Aditya, I do have told you this earlier. You will be able to find your assigned projects under your group projects in the skill wallet platform. Okay. Give YouTube channel have no videos. So Pritam, do not worry if your all the things I'm yeah, I do think like whatever the recorded videos have been put into the YouTube playlist have been moved to the skill wallet. So kindly do check the skill wallet once again. You'll be fine, you'll be able to find it there. So Kamban PSC, if you do have any query, do post it in the Q&A or in the chat box, and do not raise your hand for all the time until and unless you do have any query. So people, I am telling this multiple time, and be me ready, Sai. I don't know why you are asking this again and again, but Smart Engine's login URL will be provided by the mails. You kindly check your registered email addresses. You'll be finding some email regarding the same. For those email will be containing the Smart Incomes URL and the Smart Incomes credentials to log. So, Yerragunda Babu, how to register for Salesforce in Skill Wallet? So, Yerragunda Babu, for this kind of query, you can ask the support team members. You can ask the support team; they will be helping you out better than me. Remaining two projects explaining or not. So, Madan Kumar, as we do not have much time to go ahead and explain the other two projects, I'm afraid I'm not going to explain it today. So yes, PV Harish Reddy, I can see you do have shared a playlist from the YouTube. So on this playlist, I can see there are three videos successfully have uploaded for the dates. 4 day ago, 3 day ago, and 1 day ago. So which is like for the 19th May, 20th May, and 21st May. Okay. So regarding for the 22nd and the 23rd May, yesterday's and day before yesterday's session recording, that will be soon uploaded. Do not get worried about it. How to contact support team? Ravin Kumar, you can drop a mail to support@thismartbiz.com. Okay, man, how we can see the recorded class session of today's. So Marishiti Deepak, the same recording will be uploaded into the playlist, YouTube playlist. You will be able to see the recording there. So Himashri, by at what time we have to complete this project, or how many projects we do complete it? So Himashri, you need to complete any one assigned project or enroll project, and there will be a limited time. You need to go ahead and complete your project. So it will do get updated soon. So uh, before ending up the program for this Salesforce, you need to complete your project as well. Yep. Thank you, Himashri. Thank you, Munnippa Channappa. I don't know what it is. So yes, Yerragunda Babu, the support mail is support@thesmartbridge.com. And Usha Shri, the duration to complete the project, so it will be updated soon. So yes, participants, there's an update here. Sorry, it was my mistake. There's no skill wallet for you guys. There's something like smart incomes. Okay, so you'll be having your smart incomes account with you, and the projects which you need to complete, the all the 10 projects which I do have shown you. So there should be a group, and in a group you should be completing your project. Got it? Shall we leave? Yes, if you do not have any query, you can just go ahead and you can leave it. So yes, Noor Fayaz Ali, till now these projects haven't assigned to you. That's the reason you will be finding these group projects as empty, no group projects. Got it? So once it is assigned to you, it will be shown up there. When I'm trying to do modules in the trailer, I'm getting as error 404. So Gopi Krishna, that means this particular module is taken off from the trailer. Okay, that module is no more in the trailer. So you can continue with other modules and try to check with these modules later on. Pravani Kumar Karumuri skill wallet link, I don't get it. So Pravani Kumari skill wallet link. So you do have something like a mail from the smart bridge. Kindly do search for that, and in that you'll be able to check something like smart incomes, not skill wallet. So guys, do not get worried about that thing. In the skill wallet, everything is mentioned there for your internship. Okay. If you do open your smart interns platform, you will be able to find all the instructions on the very first page. Okay. Skill wallet is not necessary. Yeah, Praveen, it's not necessary. That's not for you guys. Smart interns for you guys. So yes, participants, do not get worried about the skill wallet, the smart index platform credentials. It will be get assigned to you soon in a couple of days. Okay, and regarding the group project as well, anyone from the smart bridge team or anyone from your own faculty, college faculty, will be assigning you a group project, and once it will do get assigned to you, then after you will be able to working on that. Okay. So Venkata and others, what modules need to be completed in trailer team. So you will be finding a list of modules in the Smart Interns account. So once you do get the credentials for your Smart Interns account, you'll be able to log in there, and uh, under the under their courses, you will be finding a list of trail mix and the modules which you need to go ahead and complete. Those are the list of the things which you need to go ahead and complete. That's thing. There's no more other than this. Only the thing is like you need to go ahead and you need to create your tailored account. You need to work with the tailored modules, which has been mentioned on the Skill Wallet's Smart Interns account, and this accounts will be get assigned, the links and the credential of this Smart Interns account will be get assigned to you in a couple of days, and along with that, group projects will be get assigned to you within a couple of days. How to get Smart Interns link? Varsha Jilla, that's the thing I'm telling you multiple times. It hasn't been shared with any of the students. Soon it will be shared with you in a couple of days. So this week, by next week, it will be get shared with you. Clear? Everything's clear? Can I have a quick response? Give thumbs up in or number one in the chat box, so we'll be able to wrap up soon. Clear? Okay. Yeah. For this kind of thing, I'll be able to get a lot of responses. Yeah. So yeah, it was nice meeting you guys, and I hope we'll be meeting again on Monday at the same time. So hope a good thing for that, and have a nice evening. Thank you everyone. Thanks for joining. Yep. Thank you again. Have a nice day.